It's very important to go through a number of these races and get a feel for what's going on in the country. It's very important that people turn out and vote and bring out family members, and nobody better to help us than one of the great pollsters in America. John McLaughlin, how are you, brother?
Pleasure to be here.
You were Donald Trump's pollster during the campaign. You're probably the only pollster in the world that got that right. You're CEO and partner of McLaughlin and Associates. You graduated from Fordham, got a BA. You hold an MBA from Fordham University with concentrations in finance and quantitative methods.
Right.
Glad I wasn't in your class. I wouldn't have done very well. John McLaughlin, let's jump into this. As I understand it, there are 78 competitive races.
In the House.
In the House of Representatives that are almost ties.
Yes.
67 of those are Republican districts.
Absolutely.
You've indicated to me before 16 lean Democrat, and 11 of those are Republican districts.
Yes.
26 lean Republican, and 25 of those are Republican districts. Toss-ups, 36.
Right.
31 of which are Republican districts.
Yes.
So, if Republicans and Trump supporters turn out and vote in these Republican districts, Republicans might hold the House. I'm not trying to be a Pollyanna, but isn't that what the stats show you?
Yes. In fact, we had a poll last week, national generic ballot. We had 44% saying they voted Republican, 46 Democrat, 10% were undecided. It's in range. Donald Trump won the election on Election Day. I mean, there was a record. Our strategy was to bring out new voters. And there was 9 million more voters who voted in 2016 than did in 2012. And those were the voters who came out and won Pennsylvania first, won Wisconsin, won Michigan. We had a strategy to build a heartland coalition of voters to come out in Sunbelt and Rust Belt. That's where these districts are, a lot of them. And even in the parts of New York State or California or Pennsylvania, New Jersey, those are our voters. They're exurbs and suburban voters in those districts. Trump brought out 63 million voters. And in a typical midterm election, you only get 90 million voters came out in 2010, 83 million in 2014. There's going to be more than 90 million voters this time. Could approach 100 million because the anti-Trump voters are coming out to some degree. But now, since the Kavanaugh hearings, the Republicans and the Trump voters have gotten re-engaged, and that 63 million on Tuesday, just like they came out 2 years ago, they can win the House. They can hold the House. And you know what they want to do? They want to stop Nancy Pelosi. Nancy Pelosi, if she gets control of the House, she will be the most powerful Democrat in the country.
Let's go through some of these races.
Okay.
Let's start with the Senate. Michigan, John James versus Debbie Stabenow. This guy is a superstar.
Yes.
An African-American, a combat veteran, a successful small businessman, a traditional conservative, getting almost no national media attention, right, almost no support from Hollywood, Oprah Winfrey, and so forth and so on, and yet he's really putting up a fight. What do you make of that race?
He's closing. What's amazing is here's an African-American candidate who, you know, the Democrats are all touting Gillum in Florida, they're touting Abrams in Georgia, but where's the national media on this race? And there's Trump voters are coming back out in Michigan for him.
So if the people vote, he wins.
Yes.
Let's look at Montana. Something interesting there. We have Rosendale, the Republican, Tester, the Democrat. Tester goes to Montana. He pretends he's one of the good old boys, that he's a moderate, comes to Washington, votes the New York, Massachusetts way. He's a sure Schumer vote for a leader of the Democrats there. Rosendale is the Republican. He's the state auditor. Now the Libertarian has dropped out and endorsed Rosendale. What do you make of that race?
I think Rosendale's going to win. Again, it focuses on turnout. But the irony is, Tester was running that he was somebody who voted for Trump. And now he's been exposed. He didn't give us a vote on tax cuts. He didn't give us a vote on Kavanaugh or Gorsuch. So I think he's been exposed, and Trump has made it a mission to see him defeated. He's been to Montana. So
then again, it's a tight race. If
close
people
race.
don't vote, we lose.
It's got to come out on Tuesday. Everything's pointed to Tuesday.
Texas, Ted Cruz, and we have Robert Francis O'Rourke. $70 million O'Rourke has spent. Right. Half of it's come or more have come out of Manhattan, Los Angeles area, Hollywood, and so forth. They're trying to take out Cruz because Cruz is the leading conservative in the United States Senate. And behind Trump, people would argue, is the second most prominent conservative. So they want to make an example of him. How's that going to turn out?
It's backfiring on them. Because there's another state that post-Kavanaugh where Trump is popular in Texas. And Trump is basically, his voters, and it won't even be close. He'll win decisively, Cruz, because O'Rourke, running as an anti-Trump candidate, is basically sending votes to Cruz every day.
He's also running on Bernie Sanders issues. It's unbelievable.
Right.
All right, quickly, Florida, Rick Scott versus Nelson. This is a nail-biter.
This is a very close race, just like the presidential race. It's going to be that close. But Rick Scott's done an amazing job as governor, particularly with these hurricanes. He even took people in from Puerto Rico when they were hurt. And he's been focused on making sure the panhandle recovers. I think all the polls have it dead even. He pulls this one out.
Missouri, Josh Hawley, Claire McCaskill, has she finally been exposed as the leftist that she is?
Oh, absolutely. And that's a state that was solid for the president. So I think that one, you're getting the Trump voters fold back in. We've polled there for a super PAC, and we have Hawley ahead.
Okay, again, I just want to caution the audience. If you don't turn out and you don't bring out family members and friends and colleagues, all this will be reversed. All of this will change. So you're assuming the Trump supporters, the Republicans, come out in large numbers and do what they should do.
Right, and they should make sure they bring their friends. So bring a friend.
Arizona, you have McSally and Sinema. The Sinema is like a kook.
Yeah.
What's going to happen there?
McSally will pull that one out in a close race. Very close. It's very close, though.
Because there was an ugly primary there.
Right.
Conservatives don't trust McSally because she's been relatively moderate and so forth. But as I said on my radio show, that's not what this election is about. It's not your typical election. This election is about defending the election of 2016, defending the Constitution. This is really basic stuff.
Yes.
West Virginia, Patrick Morrisey versus Joe Manchin.
Manchin's always been popular, but West Virginians don't want to go back to the policies of Barack Obama, where they were closing coal mines and putting people in West Virginia out of work. So in this one, this is really tight right now. The edge is still for Manchin, but again, it's another state where if the Trump voters come out on Tuesday, we could pull a big upset.
Again, he will vote for Schumer to be their leader. He'll throw 95% of their votes to the Democrats. Indiana, quickly, Mike BRAUN versus Joe Donnelly.
That's another one. Donnelly's still ahead, and the Libertarian candidate is taking some votes that would go back in for BRAUN. But right now, Donnelly has an edge, but Trump's going in there.
Nevada, Dean Heller and Jackie Rosen.
That one again. It's another one that's really close, and you won't know till Tuesday based on turnout. There's a lot of these races where it's all coming down to, does the Trump coalition that came out 2 years ago come back out and support these candidates? Because why would we want people who are going to vote for a leadership that are going to impeach our president?
If we have a significant voter turnout, these tight races, 2-3 points here and there, they will flip Republican.
Yes.
If they do, these tight races, we're talking about half a dozen, 10 races, they'll flip the other way.
Yeah.
That's how crucial this is.
Absolutely.
The Senate. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, most weeknights, you can check me out on Levin TV, Levin TV. Go to crtv.com/Mark, crtv.com/Mark. We'd love to have you. We have wonderful hosts throughout the network. Or give us a call at 844-LEVIN-TV, 844-LEVIN-TV.